The all-new 2010 Buick Lacrosse is the smoothest riding car I've driven in the past 12 years. What a marvelous job GM engineers have done, creating a pillow of air underneath their new Buick flagship sedan. The previous generation Lacrosse was embarrassingly aged, engineered for those 75 and older, and while Buick cannot completely alienate their senior audience, this Lacrosse is a monumental improvement in every way. But the one thing that can still be appreciated by the young and old alike is this car's dreamy ride. Railroad tracks, potholes, grooved pavement, you don't feel it or hear it. But the Lacrosse is not full of uncontrollable boat float either. Though the steering is still set for the light and easy crowd, body motions are damped well. And my car didn't even have the optional adaptive variable suspension with a touring and sport mode, part of an $800 touring package on the top trim CXS. A four-wheel independent setup with McPherson struts and 18-inch Michelin rubber provide the underpinnings for unmatched driving comfort. Quiet tuned is a Buick term for trying to one-up Lexus in the silence department, and this car does it very, very well. In a lot of ways, the Lacrosse feels like a mature Malibu, and it rolls out of the same Kansas City factory as its Chevy counterpart. But the Lacrosse has unique dimensions, an all-wheel drive option, and a jazzier appearance. This front-drive CXS comes standard with my favorite GM engine, the 3.6-liter direct-injected V6, making 280 horsepower through a 6-speed auto. The powertrain is responsive, powerful, and fuel-efficient, netting 27 mpgs on the highway. A very youthful 0 to 60 time of 6.7 seconds awaits the driver, who will simultaneously encounter some mild torque steer. So the Lacrosse isn't a one thing or the other kind of car. Its hallmark is its quiet, sumptuous ride, but it can handle itself in side-to-side maneuvers at least as much as its driver will likely ever explore. With no front bench seat and a host of modern electronics, this Lacrosse has found the fountain of youth and hacked off about 20 years from the previous model, though it still retains a flavorful dose of Buick, and that's good. GM has decided Buick is important enough to keep, so it might as well give its cars a distinctive trait, and this Lacrosse has it, but in a good way. It feels American, and that's something you can be proud of. The interior is tastefully executed, long trip comfortable, and easy to use. The gauges and info screen use high-res graphics, and OnStar directions can be viewed here or on the head unit. It's too bad this cheap center stack screen with its pitiful display didn't look like the one in front of the driver. But all in all, the Lacrosse comes within replacing a few cheap touch points away to matching the interior quality of a Lexus ES. I particularly like the smart key system, heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated seats, and a rear AC outlet. A Navi, backup camera, panoramic roof, and rear DVD are optional. I really like the new design of this car with its signature luxury cues. This is the 3-holder Buick, 4 being reserved for the dated Lucerne, and they've been moved from the flanks to the hood. Dual exhausts and an ample use of chrome make the Lacrosse a bit of a head-turner. Available in 3 trims with 3 different engines, including a 4-cylinder, and offering an all-wheel drive version, the CXL, the Lacrosse is priced from the high 20s and rises into the mid-30s. This tester is $34,000, with the only option being the red jewel tint coat for $325,000. Buick thinks this Lacrosse competes with the Acura TL, among others, but this is a car that drives with its own distinct personality, and I don't think it'll even cross the mind of an Acura shopper. But if you've forgotten what a smooth ride is like, the Lacrosse should be driven. For Drive Time on Yahoo Autos, I'm Steve Hammis.